All right, shalom, boys. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. We're living in an age where literally nobody wants to work. Everybody is attempting to get over. Everybody seems to be attempting to run some kind of scam, and it's pretty sad. Uh, you're seeing this across the board, and I always say over and over and over again: be careful of the company that you keep. Be careful of the people that you associate with. Be careful of these things because there's a certain thing or such thing as guilty by association. If you know somebody uh, that has a history or a track record that I'm talking about it's not something that is a rumor or anything. It's well known public information that a person is an abuser, is a scammer, has a history of lying, deceiving, manipulating, uh, misleading people, uh, and you get in bed with that person, you pretty much are wrapped up in your character is aligned with theirs because this is the logic that people do. This is how they come to the conclusion. Well, they did somebody else dirty. They didn't do me dirty yet. So therefore, I'm gonna rock with them, and it's typically some type of monetary or some type of benefit that they're getting as a direct result of being associated with people that have a proven track record of not having any integrity whatsoever. And it's a sad thing because it's all about personal gain. And me personally, I try and make sure that I'm not associating myself uh, with people that just pretty much have no integrity. Have you noticed that there's a serious moral decline in this country? Anything goes. People are not men or women of their word. They will lie, cheat, steal. And see, the idea is it's all justified. And the reason why it's all justified is because they're right. And whatever they're doing, even if it is proven in their heart that it is wrong, they'll do it anyway because there's no repercussions, there's no accountability. But at the end of the day, nobody's getting by. It's amazing how I'm seeing personal situations or situations where I know people where the chickens are coming home to roost. And the reason why the chickens are coming home to roost is because they were foul people themselves. And people always think that, you're going to do somebody dirty, you're going to scam somebody, you're going to do these things and get away with it. No, it doesn't work that way. There's always a reckoning. And, it's sad to see, especially in this time where, we're experiencing a serious economic decline in this country. Um, uh, Foreclosures are up, rent is up, evictions are up, the price of food is up, and people are not doing very well. As you see in this day and age, people are not doing well today. And it's a sad thing to see because the reason why a lot of people are not doing very well is uh, not because of happenstance or circumstances that were beyond their control. It's simply put because of poor choices and decisions that they make. And it seems as though people, instead of getting on the right track, they double down and make more poor choices and decisions because they're looking for the easy route. They're looking for easy route. And there's no such thing. There's no. You ever heard of the term? There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no free lunch. Everybody got to pay the piper sooner or later. And it's sad to see because people think that they're getting by and they're not getting by. Um, at the end of the day, that's one of those things about karma. And it's about, what I'm saying, what comes around goes around. And me, I try and make sure, personally that, nobody can't come out and be like, yeah, he screwed me or, he took advantage of me or he mistreated me or because that shit comes back. It really does come back. So, word to the wise, be careful of the company that you keep. Be careful of who you associate with, because, it is true. It is all about um, guilty. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It's all about guilty by association. Uh, and people, it's amazing the character that people lack. You see the moral decline, the ethical decline. People lie, cheat, and steal, go back on their word, the double mindedness. This was all predicted in society. It was all predicted at the end times, and it's a direct result of the economic and moral decline. So, I say again, be careful who you associate with. People justify themselves in all shapes and forms in this day and age, and it's pretty sad. But you're seeing people today that pretty much lack character. They lack depth. They lack integrity. They lack morals and values. There's just certain things that I just wouldn't do. I just would. I couldn't bring myself to do. And it's pretty sad because there's a lot of people out here that hurting. They're desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. People that haven't planned, they do desperate things. And this is why, again, stay away from desperate people. Stay away from people that on their last leg. And again, I found that the reason why these people are in the situation that they're is not because of a series of unfortunate events. It's because they continue to make poor choices and decisions. They continue to attempt to find the easy way out, and there's no easy way out. I mean, at the end of the day, you always got to do what you need to do. The scriptures talk about people who get things, for gain with no work. People, they talk about, the scam artists. They talk about the people who enrich themselves off the backs of others, and who get gain off the backs of others, and who would attempt to advance on the backs of others, simply put, because they don't want to put in the work. They do not want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the spiritual work. They don't want to put in the emotional work. They don't want to put in the physical work. They don't want to put in the work, but they want something for nothing. And they always typically, they get these things, and it never ends up working out. So, I say over and over again, because I'm seeing the rise of the scam artists, the rise of the people that are just trying to get by, the compromise on their integrity, they'll compromise on their values, and they'll do all types of mental gymnastics in their head to justify their double-mindedness, to justify how they're going back on their word. They're saying one thing on Monday, and they're saying another thing Thursday. Have you ever seen someone who just totally flipped the script? It's an amazing thing to see. They totally flipped the script, but this is what's going on. I always like to, pay attention and understand what is the motivating factors of why people do what they do, why people are double-minded. They have no plan. They're desperate. They lack integrity. They lack intestinal fortitude. They lack work ethic. These are all of the signs that you're dealing with such individuals. So, be careful of these things, because they're out there and it's getting worse. And let me tell you, I'll leave you with a story. I was in an organization called the NAACP, and I was a shot caller. New York State Conference president, sitting on the board of directors, and sitting on national committees and things like that. And there's a man by the name of Benjamin F. Chavis. I love this man. You can look this man up. He was the president and CEO, the CEO of the National Association, and we were very cool with this man. And it's unfortunate that this man got high and hearty and began to have sexual relations with his secretary. And as a direct result of that, she go ahead and blow the whistle, and he took NAACP funds. He took funds from this organization, about $160,000. This is public information. You can look this information up of what I'm talking about. This man, he took NAACP funds to pay off this woman to the tune of about $150,000, $160,000. Well, it got out. And guess what happened to all of the careers of all of the people that that was associated with this man? We all went down. We all lost our positions. We all lost our seats. We got kicked off committees. Another woman, Lane Hazel, it was guilty by association. You associated. We had nothing to do with what this man was doing all the way in Maryland, and we're all the way in New York City. But as a direct result of his ass and what he did, it had a devastating effect on all of our political careers. And that, it carried over. Well, I was pretty much kicked and ran out of the organization because I was associated with this man. That had a devastatingly deep scarred effect on me as a person growing up. This happened when I was like 18, 19 years old. But it taught me a very, very valuable lesson. If you're running with people that are running dirty, when the shit come out, you go down too. That's just how it happens. That's just exactly how it happens. And it's a sad thing to see these things take place. But it takes place. It happens all the time. So again, be careful and make sure that the people that you're associating with, that they have honor and integrity, that they're not running dirty in the back end. Because let me tell you, sheep, they all roll together. I always know what my flock is because they're always together. They're always together. They're not far apart. And when you are associated with a goat, with a demon, let me tell you, man, it's devastating to experience them repercussions as a direct result of being guilty by association, being associated with a person that has no honor and integrity, that gets up like Benjamin Chavis did, and he gets up and he acts like he's some moral man, but behind the scenes, he running dirty. Behind the scenes, he banging his secretary. Behind the scenes, he's paying off in all types of hush money. It's a sad deal. But in front of everybody, I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of integrity. Look up these people. They're true. They're real people on what happened. This is public information of what happened with this scandal. But you don't see the faces of the people that suffered as a direct result of this man's choices and decisions to stick his pecker in the secretary. Damn, man, player, we all getting it in, whatever you're saying, and you got to bang your secretary out of all of the people? But this is what these prideful and arrogant men do. But I'm telling you, on a small scale or a large scale, if you associated with them, it's just a matter of time before you going down too. And that's just a fact, and that is the truth. Shalom.